Number 27, Christian Bautista. Number 7, David Anderson. Number 1, Kyle Watson. Number 20, Adam Lopez. And for your starting lineups, number 9, Christian Figueroa at shortstop. Batting second, the center fielder, number 19, Will Wallentine. Batting third, the left fielder, Brandon Melendez. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Sal Verlingo. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Adam Roldan. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Kyle Kaminski. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Kai Giro. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Josh Makowitz. And batting ninth, the DH, Cesar Perez. Hitting for catcher, Steve Akzuski. I hope I said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Olszewski? Olszewski. St. Mary's coached by Dennis Holst. And now for the home team. Holy Spirit Spartans. Your substitutes, Mike Gagowski, Gavin Mcnatt, Nick Reimus, Jimmy Katakis, Vince Spina, Gavin Gillespie, Ethan Corsi, Samson Gerner, Mike Vitanza, Donovan Patton, and Anthony Solari. Now your starting lineups for the Spartans of Holy Spirit. Batting first in DH at number 20, CJ Egri. Batting second, the catcher, Tyler Gross. Batting third, the right fielder, Jaden Shertell. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Trevor Cohen. All right, so check that. Actually, batting fourth is Shane Solari. Batting fifth, Stephen Petrash. Batting sixth, Ryan Spina. Batting seventh, David Hageman. Batting eighth, Tyler Armstrong. And batting ninth, Trevor Smith. Also, Bat Boy, A.J. Normain. Head coach is Steve Normain.
The starting lineup brought to you by Ernest & Sons Butcher Shop in Brigantine. Thank you, Al Fisher, for cutting up everybody's names.
All right, I'm getting the honorees. All right, first your honorees for St. Mary's of Rutherford. They are honoring A.D. Matt Stone and New York Police Officer Mickey Holtz. Okay. And for St. Mary's, Holy Spirit, sorry about that. Thank you, John. Teachers, John Clement. Marty Cordelesa. And your longest tenured coach for Holy Spirit, Scott Higby. All right, I guess we're going to play ball. No national anthem as we did it game 1.
Hello and welcome to Walt Nicgorski Sports Complex here in beautiful Pennsauken, New Jersey. You are watching game number 3 on the afternoon of the Thank You Classic. After the coin flip, it is the visitors of St. Mary's Rutherford taking on your home team, the Holy Spirit Spartans. And let's take a look at the St. Mary's starting lineup. Leading off will be shortstop Christian Figueroa. Will Wallentine at center field bats second. Brandon Melendez, right field, batting third. And the cleanup spot, it'll be Sal Verlingo over at first base. Batting fifth will be the second baseman, Adam Roldan. Batting sixth will be third baseman, Kyle Kaminski. Batting seventh, right fielder, Kai Giro. Batting eighth, your starting pitcher, Josh Makowicz. And your designated hitter is Cesar Perez. And you're looking now at the Holy Spirit Spartan defense presented by Ernest & Sons Butcher Shop in Brigantine. Thanks to Mel Cortellessa, brother of Spirit assistant coach Marty Cortellessa. My brother from another, Al Fisher, decided to chop that up during the public address announcement. But here is the Spartan defense. Starting pitcher is David Hegeman. His battery mate is Tyler Gross. Left to right in the outfield is Shane Solari, Trevor Cohen, and Jaden Schertel. And in the hot corner, it's Ryan Spina. Up the middle will be Steven Petrash and Tyler Armstrong, while Trevor Smith is over at first base. That is your RK Chevrolet defensive lineup of the game. And it is go time. The Holy Spirit Spartans come into this contest after enduring one of the toughest starting schedules in all the state of New Jersey. But they have the West Virginia commit in David Hegeman as they look to end the week with a bang. It's not going to be easy, as the St. Mary's Rutherford from up north has been one to reckon with. St. Mary's comes into the game after battling something we've all been up against this last year or so. A couple of teammates that have been sick coming in protocol, so teammates on the bench getting an opportunity to step it up, their time to shine, earn some time in hopes to get a win. We are ready to go and underway here at Walt Nicgorski. Hegeman's first pitch up and out of the zone for a ball. And he will lead off. It's Christian Figueroa. Called strike. Home plate umpire Jerry Wilgus behind the dish. And that pitch from Hegeman is up and out of the zone. 2-1 as he looks to regrip the ball and settle in against the leadoff hitter Christian Figueroa. Hegeman kicks and fires. Hits for a strike. Evens the count at 2-2. This Holy Spirit lineup looks slightly different than what we've seen over the past week and a half. CJ Eggery is going to be designated hitter, leading off for the Spartans. Hegeman runs out to Home Depot, painting corners, getting that first called strikeout in the books. Looking is Figueroa. And that steps in Will Wallentine, the center fielder, left-hander, southpaw side of the batter's box. Hegeman fires yet again. Fouled off over the third base side is the center fielder, Wallentine. Want to also thank our good friends at United Rentals, supplying a lot of the machinery needed to beautify this field. Special thanks and shout out there from John Scanzano of the King's Christian School, co-founder of Scanzano Combat Baseball, and also thanks from Mayor Di Battista of Pennsauken. Joined us in the booth last night. So Wallenstein continues to fight Hegeman here, down 0-2. And Hegeman misses upstairs. 1-2 on the waste pitch. Again, you're watching BFA Sports coverage of the Thank You Classic. Doug Stasic up here in the press box, joined alongside my brother from another, Al Fisher, who continues to get lost in a cooler filled with beverages that we probably aren't really sure about. The legendary coach Tom Ryder also in the co-pilot seat up here, as Hegeman continues to battle Wallenstein, 2-2. As he kicks and fires. Fouls that ball back in the screen.
Just be careful while you're over there, Shrimp Rat.
Well, while we have the Holy Spirit Spartans on the field, we've got to give a special thanks and shout out to our friend Matt Ulmer of Ulmer's Appliance Service down there at Ocean City, providing our hotspot and Wi-Fi coverage for all of this weekend's festivities. Thank you, Matt Ulmer. And Wallenstein, he'll earn the pass, getting the walk down to first base to stretch his legs. And now the left fielder, Brandon Melendez, will be the next to face Hegeman with Wallenstein over at first. Hegeman checks the runner, checks his tempo, and delivers. Pitch misses away. Nice job there by his battery mate, Tyler Gross. Hegeman yet checks again. He'll wind and deliver. Catches the corner, and he catches an even count at 1. St. Mary's looking to be a bit selective and patient. The strategy against Hegeman. And Hegeman checks him off, and he just dives back inside. So Wallenstein living on the edge. Since he has the attention of Hegeman, we will go to the BFA side-by-side coaches cam, giving you 2 angles of all the action. Hegeman nods, he fires, ball misses away. Now 2-1. Again, taking a look at the leadoff runner. Time is called. Hegeman fires anyway. Something we've seen quite a few batters try to deploy against these pitchers over the last 2 days. And that's to break up the tempo. Hegeman again. Waste no time. That ball is fouled straight back into the screen. And I believe it's now a 2-2 count to Brandon Melendez. He wides and fires. Ball down. Here's the throw. There's the slide and a stolen base. Great first step there by Wallenstein. Went on first movement, and even Gross had no shot at trying to get him there, as he got quite a good jump. Hageman continues. He fires yet again. That ball is upstairs and another walk. So after a strikeout looking, Hageman has walked 2 batters in a row. Certainly uncharacteristic of him. But now with 1 out and 2 on, it's going to bring up the cleanup hitter in Sal Verlingo. Be interesting to see if St. Mary's swings away here. And it takes the first offering from Hageman away. He and Tyler Gross exchange some short syllables, making sure that they are on the same page. And Hageman looks down, gets ready to deal again. Fires, pops it up, shallow left field. Third baseman Spina goes back, and he'll make the grab. And they're going to have to hustle all the way back in. His nice job there by Spina. He got spun around, but he stuck it out, and he, well, stuck the landing.
That was not an easy play at all from Spina. Made it look easy.
Is that the voice of God? I know it's Holy Spirit versus St.
Let
Mary's,
me try
but where did that come from?
Hold on. Let's try this again. Ready? That was a great play by Ryan Spina.
This guy just kicked down the door, just welcomed himself right into the booth. All right, so it's now Adam Roldan. Roldan, it's a laser into the dugout. That'll clear a crowd quick. So now with 2 outs, runners at first and second, it is the second baseman, Adam Roldan. Or Roldan, we're not sure.
It's Roldan. I'm all about Roldan.
Hageman fires again. Another ball fouled third base side off of the fence. Hageman has him on the ropes, 0-2. This inning brought to you by the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Water Company. Proud to bottle that spring water that so many enjoy. All right. And then still 0-2. So we got foul balls aplenty, trying to keep this inning alive in St. Mary's. The first opportunity in the top of the first to try to be the first to put a run on the board.
Roldan still having a challenge trying to catch up at Hageman's fastball as he's hit those 2 foul balls right at the bench.
He winds and pops that one straight up. Hageman going to practice his fungo PFPs, and he makes the grab. So that goes in the book as a P1. And after no hits, 2 walks, 2 runners left on, the Spartans come to bat at the bottom of the first frame, and we'll step away from Walt Nicgorski right in a sec. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. Here's your Holy Spirit Spartan starting lineup, brought to you by RK Chevrolet. Leading off, the designated hitter, CJ Egri. Your right fielder, Jaden Shurtell. Batting third, Trevor Cohen. Shane Solari. And left is your cleanup hitter, Stephen Petrash. Starting shortstop, Ryan Spina over in the hot corner at third. Your starting pitcher, David Hageman, bats seventh. Tyler Armstrong at second base, bats eighth. While Trevor Smith is your starting first baseman and recently named All-Cape Atlantic bat boy is number 37, A.J. Normain. So you will see him go to work early and often. One of the best hustlers in all of South Jersey baseball, representing the Spartans. So taking a look at the defense out for St. Mary's.
Brandon Melendez in left, Will Wallentin in center, Kai Giro in right, Kyle Kaminski at third, Christian Figueroa at short, Adam Roldan at second, Sal Verlingo at first, and catching Steven Azuski, and on the mound, number 10, Josh Makowitz. Once again, we are BFA Sports, and for BFA Sports, I'm Al Fisher, along with Max Hedron doing the play-by-play.
Leading off for the Spartans is the designated hitter, C.J. Egri.
Oh,
first shot, swinging deep left field. That ball goes all the way off the fence, and a guy who's the fastest in South Jersey, or at least in the top three, Egri, easily gets over to second base, and he's pretty excited.
Boy, does he get around the bases. Good grief. That was a bullet off his bat. Went halfway up the fence. That ball was probably hit about 320 feet.
Line drive.
Yep.
So the Spartans.
Egri can get around the bases.
No hesitation, first pitch swing. That there is going to bring up Jaden Schertel. Ball misses up and out of the zone.
Oh, ball goes out to center field.
Tries to keep Egri sleeping. And as he does, he'll take advantage, get all the way down to third base on the miscue.
Yeah, St. Mary's definitely did not want to do that to get him in only 90 feet away from scoring.
Schertel up with the ball. The only pitch thrown so far in this at-bat. That pitch misses up and away. So Makowicz.
Schertel maybe bunt here, Doug? What do you think?
Not with no outs, runner at third. He's at second,
why not?
maybe.
Bunt for a base hit, I'm thinking. Schertel's got some speed.
The University of Baltimore, University of Maryland, Baltimore commit. They call them the retrievers, and the way he swings, someone's going to have to retrieve that ball.
He's also a quarterback, isn't he?
Yes, sir. Pops it up. That one goes, it's driving out to left center field, underneath of it, all the way to the wall and to the fence. Not going to be able to make the play, and Schertel, he's in with a stand-up double of his own. Thought it might have enough to get over the fence, but not quite. Only Melendez can look back and get it to the second baseman, Adam Roldan.
What was the name of that butcher shop you talked about earlier?
Ernest and Sons.
I was going to say Ernest and Sons. That wouldn't have been a pop-up. You said he popped it up.
Well, ball popped up.
That was a fly ball to deep left field. Oppo Taco.
All right, now Al Fisher, America's greatest play-by-play, color commentator, and definitely public address announcer. I mean, your opinion.
Listen, I've done it in my day. I just wasn't
opinion.
sure of myself. I got to have a script. I'm that kind of guy. So.
All right, so moving right along now, the center fielder, Trevor Cohen. Cohen now steps to the plate with nobody out. Jaden Schertel at second, and they do try to get Schertel, but not going to happen.
So 2 batters so far, 2 balls hit very hard against Makowitz.
Well, this is a sneaky deep Holy Spirit lineup. Now 1-0 pitch. Makowitz delivers. Cohen will take and now find himself up 2 balls. No strikes. Makowitz fires again, misses away. Now 3-0. That flag is blowing out to just about dead left field. So kind of understandable that Schertel, even though he didn't get too much mustard on that hot dog, it still went a long way.
Ooh, big cut by Cohen.
So the green light. Heavy swing, and Cohen missed on that one. Now 3-1. And that ball missed away, and so I guess we have a correction on the count, and now it's 3-1.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get 3-1 and you just it's a repeat. It's
extra
it's,
pitch.
it's an instant replay.
Do-over.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Here's a pitch. Makowicz gets Cohen, swing, and a healthy miss.
So Cohen hitting out of the 3-hole, and Makowicz, not necessarily overpowering at this point because his two Holy Spirit batters have hit the ball deep to the left field. So Cohen needs to make contact here.
Cohen going to take the free pass to first. He earned it, however, after he worked that count. Now runners at first and second. Schertel at second, Cohen at first, and now the cleanup hitter, Shane Solari. Dallas the first offering back into the screen here behind home plate.
Telephone, I remember, from at least what I remember, he's got some speed, so I'm surprised he won't be taken off to try to get to third base. He's got a decent lead there.
All right, now still just one strike on the count to Solari is umpire Wilgus tells him go ahead and throw. Ball up top. Evens the count at 1-1, and it's going to cue a visit to the mound early in this frame.
Yeah, Makowicz having some control problems, and when he does throw strikes, they've been hitting the ball pretty hard against him. So obviously coaches want to, I guess, pitch the contact kind of the way you say, Coach, right? Let's let him hit the baseball and hopefully get some plays.
Yeah, I mean, here it's just about strategy, and I think he just reminded him, hey, you're leaving a lot up. So leaving it up is a lot worse than leaving it down. So he's going to probably tell him make sure he's following through on some of his extensions here, get long off of the mound. Getting long is what's really critical because getting long will help the ball tail. And Wilgus going to chase out the coach who
Coach is having a long conference.
Maybe it was driver's ed. I don't.
Maybe it's a Zoom call. I don't know.
Could have stayed longer if it was a Zoom call. You could just called him from the dugout.
Oh boy.
All right, so it's even at 1-1 to Solari. So Makowicz back to work. He fires. Ooh, misses up and in on that one. So Solari gets down. But he's up in the count, 2-1. And there you can see Schertel still out at second base.
Cohen not being held at first.
Makowicz fires. Not going to get that either. It's 3-1. So the cleanup hitter, Solari, probably going to unleash a furious swing. This one's close to the zone. Makowicz goes back to second base. A little bit of miscommunication as the shortstop Figueroa cuts off Roldan. All right, now 3-1 yet again. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Solari. And he's going to walk. So the Spartans taking full advantage of the charity here. Getting another walk back to back. And that will load the bases for the 5-hitter, and that's the starting shortstop, Stephen Petrash. Good look at Stephen Petrash. Just homered in his last game.
I was going to say, this young man's got a build like he can hits for power.
It is now 2-0 to Stephen Petrash. I don't think I had a chance to say hello to his pop. I know I saw him, but we were busy working on the field.
Public address announcing, breaking.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
And that ball also misses. So, Stephen Petrash in this spot, 3-0 count, bases loaded, no outs. I could practically see a flashing green light from Spartan head coach Steve Normain down at third on this one.
I'd agree with that.
He lets that one go. It's a called strike. Now 3-1.
Petrash is probably happy about that strike so he can swing away. They're not out there to walk.
Nobody talks about those walks on the ride home. Makowicz fires. Petrash takes that one low, and that will walk in a run as Schertel will cross the plate, and the Spartans score their second of the frame on the third walk in a row, surrendered by Makowicz. Coach is headed back out, and this could be a quick ending to his afternoon on the pitching mound, and that appears to be the case. So as Coach hands the rock to number 7, we will step aside for warm-ups. You are watching the Thank You Classic on BFA Sports. And we're back from Walt Nicgorski Field. It's only the first inning, and I already feel the urge to jump out of the booth on the second floor listening to Al Fisher try to rap in between innings. It's quite frightening and very terrifying, and I'm actually getting indigestion. Is there any other way I could describe how horrible that was?
Indigestion is usually probably apropos for me. I provide a little agita.
All right, well, Mr. Color Commentator, we got a new pitcher on the mound, number 7.
Yes, I'm going to do my Larry Anderson voice. That's David Anderson on the mound.
What? I'm lost for words. Somebody keep that guy out of this cooler.
David Anderson on the mound, number 7.
Coach Ryder, you're still in the booth. Could you go get security for us? So we have this man removed. All right, so bases are loaded, nobody out. Spartans already out to a 2-0 lead, and Ryan Spina, the third baseman, will have an opportunity here to really open up the game. Spina, power swinging, hot corner defender. Don't be surprised to see him yank this ball way down the left field line into the corner. That is my call.
So those of you who do not know what a hot corner defender are, that's third base, also known as the hot corner.
And if you're not really aware of what the hot corner is, I would say change the channel. You should be watching this broadcast.
What if it's somebody like I don't want to. No, I'm not going to go there. Somebody that just doesn't know baseball. And they're watching because their
like
kids
you?
up on the field. Yeah, like me.
All right.
He's a funny guy.
Pitch is in. I'm not sure what the call was. I was too busy entertaining everybody. All right, 2-0 now to Ryan Spina. All right, now pitch is up.
Yeah, David Anderson having a little bit of control problems just early on.
No, he's falling now 3-0. That pitch hits, though. Now 3-1 to Spina.
Should get him back into rhythm.
Yeah, tough spot here for Anderson coming in with the bases loaded and no outs in the book just yet. You know, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, St. Mary's battling some, nice move as they go back to third base, but he's in there.
I'm watching Anderson on the mound. He's got his eyes on coach, not the catcher. And I guess he was waiting for a signal when to throw over at second base.
Well, trying to be crafty, anything to help them get things moving here and move along the inning and get the bats back in their hand. But Anderson now going to refocus on Ryan Spina. Delivers. That ball just misses outside corner, and that will plate another run. An RBI, bases loaded walk. All right, now the starting pitcher for Holy Spirit, David Hageman. He's going to dust off his cleats as we have a meeting of the battery and Olszewski talking it up with David Anderson. All right, and take a look at the wide shot here. You can see all of those Holy Spirit jerseys occupying every base in the infield as Hageman waits for his first pitch from Anderson.
Anderson's just got to pitch a contact. Just get something in play.
Another pitch up and out of the zone. Takes that one for a ball. Swing and a miss.
Just about to ask you a lot about these guys. How well does Hageman swing that bat?
Well, I think he's enjoying the finish here in the high school career because when he gets to West Virginia, I don't believe you're going to find him in the Mountaineer lineup most days unless he's on the mound.
Nope. Ooh, it's a healthy cut.
Hacks one straight back. He pitches and trains over at the Baseball Performance Center. So under the tutelage of Mike Adams and company. And on the hitting side, Ed Charlton. So not sure if Hageman's been getting in his tee work, but that certainly was a big swing that Eddie Charlton would nod and appreciate. Anderson fires, and Hageman on cue drives down to right field, and that one is going to drop in for a base knock. It's going to score one. Petrash is going to fire across the plate, and that's going to score two. And Al reminded me that he watches a lot of Sesame Street as he flashes up the two digits as if I was a blind man and couldn't see him running around third base at the home plate. All right.
I'm a team player, dude. Are you kidding me?
Here you go. Al's that guy who, when you
just
take,
leave me out there to the middle of the island and I can't do anything, and I'm like trying to learn, see everything.
Al's
I
the
get no
guy
help.
when you take the driver's lessons and he keeps tapping the brake. Like instead of just letting the kid drive, he keeps hitting the brake. Like, no, you're not going anywhere. All right, so the two
I'm gonna hit you if you
RBI
keep it up.
2 RBI single from Hageman now brings Tyler Armstrong to the plate.
Still nobody out.
And runners at first and second. Net pitch from Anderson misses. As the Spartans stretch their lead out to 5. Luckily for Al, they're still in single digits, so he'll be able to keep up.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think if we get closer to 8 is when I start having a problem.
That ball is popped up into foul territory looking for room, and making the squeeze is indeed the third baseman, Kaminski. So Kaminski able to put an out on the board. And now Trevor Smith in the 9 spot and starting at first base will come to bat for the Spartans. Still runners at first and second, and now 1 out. Winds it, fires. And Smith drives one out in the right field. That one's going to drop in. Don't look now, Al, but here comes another runner at third base, and that is going to score 1 run. The ball pounces away from Olszewski, but he's able to recover. But an RBI single from Trevor Smith.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Trevor Smith, going the opposite way. Knock in another run for the Spartans.
So they've batted around here in the first, and now C.J. Egri, the leadoff hitter and designated of sorts. Today, we'll get back into the batter's box with 1 out. And the Spartans with a 6-0 lead here at Walt Nicgorski. And Egri pops it up. Kaminski floats under it. He's called off, and a drop ball. That's going to be a tough spot to be in. Not much you can do if you're the Spartans, but Figueroa just lost that one as the ball bounced out of his glove. But they'll get the unique fielder's choice put out at second base, and now runners still at the corners. Egri at first, and Hegeman over at third.
Yeah, tough spot for Trevor Smith. You can't go too far off the bag. Again, that's one where you chalk it up and say, fielder's choice, let's get to the next batter.
Yeah, you would anticipate that play is usually made as the runner goes to the open base. Schertel, though, he's free swinging. And he fouls it back. So
Egri showing off that speed.
Yeah, talk about it. Saw him his first at bat.
Yeah, but he got to jump.
Again, Egri, one of the fastest runners. We'll go side by side here. As you're going to get a chance in the coach's view to see Egri's speed, as I'm pretty sure he's headed to second base, Al.
He fakes and does not go.
Now it's still 1-1. Let's see what happens here. He breaks.
There he goes.
He does go. And Schertel swings again, fouls it back into the net, and that one will trickle through out over to where some of the fans are sitting in the stands at Walt Nicgorski.
No embellishment at all. That kid is fast. Good grief.
Yeah, he's a physical specimen, too. I mean, you get next to him, that dude is shredded.
I mean, he should be going every time. Wow. I'm surprised he's not taking another half step. And it fakes and does not go. Oh, get delayed steal.
Well, he gets there, and that's going to pave the way for another Spartan run. So the courtesy runner for Hegeman was number 3, and that's going to allow Egri will also be safe now at second, but there are 2 outs as the Spartans find themselves up a touchdown early. He winds and fires, and it's a called third strike. So Anderson settles down. He replaces the starting pitcher in the first frame, but not before Holy Spirit. They've net 7 runs in their first at-bats of the game, and we'll be back for inning number 2 here at the Thank You Classic. You're watching BFA Sports. And we are now in the second. It seemed like it might have been a bit deeper into the game as that last half frame lasted approximately 35 minutes for the Spartans' first at bat. It leads 7-0 here at the Thank You Classic. Want to thank our good friends at Wolf Commercial Real Estate for their support of all of the festivities that on-go here at Walt Nicgorski all year long for both Scanzano Combat Baseball and King's Christian School, our host for this weekend. But we are going to go right back at it. St. Mary's comes to bat with Kyle Kaminski, the third baseman, leading things off here in the second. Here's a look at Kaminski as the first pitch from Hegeman. This is low for a ball. And he fires back, now 2-0. So kind of tough here, Al, for Hegeman, as he had to sit there and get a bit chilled.
Yeah,
he waited 35 minutes.
That's tough on any pitcher. It doesn't matter what level they play. Get a little cold as you sit there on the bench because you're getting in a rhythm, the body's getting in a flow, and then you sit there for almost 40 minutes waiting to get back out there again and get after it.
It's kind of funny because sometimes you would think if it was a weather delay or a rain delay, more often than not, you might not always see the pitcher come back out for the next frame. But in this spot, Hegeman needs to get his reps, get his work in, and looks like he's settling in quite nicely. He pops that ball back foul.
Hegeman's no stranger to this. I mean, he's kind of call him a veteran.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of big spots. So Kaminski fouls that one straight back into the screen. Now 2-2 to Hegeman.
Hegeman's so big, we got to kind of shrink down our scoreboard so we make sure we don't cut him off, right?
Yeah, he's a tall man.
Big kid. 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That pitch just misses. So Kaminski will start off the second with a walk as he heads down to first base. Kai Giro, starting right fielder, will step into the box. Giro, a familiar name to us. Stand out at the PBR New Jersey events from both the summer and this past winter. Hegeman fires. That ball misses. Nice stop there by Tyler Gross. Just get a look at Kaminski. And this here will be interesting. From a strategy standpoint, you're down 7-0, so it's not that you want to be too aggressive, but you got to do something to get your team a bit of momentum and on the scoreboard, Al.
Yeah, more about Hegeman. I've been watching him and his body language. He's getting a little frustrated with himself, and I think it's because of that long delay. And it's something where maybe, his catcher goes out, has a conversation with him, get him back, kind of pulled back in, get him refocused. But, watched it 2 pitches ago. Sometimes you get that 7-0 lead, too. It is early in the baseball game, and you're waiting that long. It's kind of like, those are still young men,
Well, after a Thor-like hammer swing by Kai Giro, he takes that offering, now finds himself down 1-2 to Hegeman.
I'm getting the idea that Thor's your favorite Marvel character, isn't it?
It works a lot with baseball.
Yeah,
Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Great breaking pitch away. That thing slid right off the outside corner. And Hegeman got to feel good about that one.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout for him to get back and kind of in a positive set of mind, get him grooving and get into that rhythm.
Well, now 1 out. Still runner at first base. That ball misses, but runner won't go. So Kaminski retreats back to the bag, and the relief pitcher, David Anderson, is at the plate.
So if Anderson is at the plate, that means he came in for Josh.
Yeah,
so they made a full substitution, straight switch.
Hegeman still checking the runner. The 1-1 count to Anderson. Looks and fires. Ball gets by Gross, and it looks like Kaminski going to wheel his way into second base. And more importantly for St. Mary's, a potential run-scoring opportunity. So this is the one here. Anderson going to want to go with the pitch if it's away and outside at a minimum. Get Kaminski to third.
Now that pitch was there because Hageman stepped right to home. He's been pulling himself away towards first base on his pitches. That's why he's getting a little wild with those pitches on the outside. And that time you watch him step right to home, stay right in line.
2-2 pitch, and he strikes him out.
Came right back with it again. More consistent, and he's effective when he does it.
Well, rinse and repeat. That's the third strikeout of the game for Hageman, and that will bring up the 9-slotted hitter in Cesar Perez, designated hitter this afternoon. First pitch offering from Hageman. Misses down.
Perez hitting for Steven Azuski behind the dish.
Hageman fires.
Yeah.
Another healthy hack, but a miss. 1-1. Foul tip straight back. So Hageman.
Nice groove now. He's stepping towards him. He's not pulling himself away. He's grooved the last, what, 4 pitches?
And then some.
Yeah.
Good.
4 or 5 pitches.
All right, Hageman. He's got Perez on the ropes. 1-2. Misses on that one. Didn't exactly break the way he wanted. Even is it at 2-2 with 2 outs. Still have Kaminski at second base. Trying to crack the scoreboard open here as he fouls his way to another pitch.
Early in this game, I'm looking down the third base side. It looks like the next team is here already.
Yeah, Haddonfield Bulldogs rolling in. Hageman fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the inning, his third in a row. So the Holy Spirit Spartans are going to go back to the dugout, change their gloves for bats, and try to add to this 7-0 lead here at the Thank You Classic on BFA Sports. All right, and we are back for inning number 2. Holy Spirit Spartans come to bat in the bottom frame here.
Spartans plate 7, bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, and that's going to start things off with Trevor Cohen. Cohen walked in his first at bat. He and Shurtell, back-to-back lefties for Holy Spirit in the lineup. Going in the 3-hole. And he puts the ball into play. Fly ball out to center field. And nice squeeze as Wallentine makes the easy F8 put out.
Cohen gave a good ride, but routine fly ball for Wallentine.
I feel like we had that debate one time before about Wallentine. Is it Wallentine or Wallentine?
Yeah, he must have done a
PBR?
PBR. Yep. Recognize the name very well.
All right, so Shane Solari steps in as he also had walked in his first at bat.
Also scored.
Pitch in for a called strike. 1-1. Anderson back to work, and that ball is hit to center field. Going back is Wallentine. He's almost out of room, and it's not going to matter much as Solari wasted no time. Hard 90 out of the box, turns that into a stand-up double.
Yeah, that ball was hit well, but I didn't think it was that well. Got all the way to the warning track, and Solari could get around the bases too. He was moving.
He was. He's sporting his Baseball Performance Center Oiler cap out there. Something, again, the guys down in Pleasantville will be proud of. So a stand-up double with one out for Solari. It was a deep shot that carried, and Stephen Petrash hoping to switch places with him as he digs in here in the second. And that ball is going to hit him. And it's kind of an ongoing joke from the Spartan dugout because Stephen Petrash going for, I guess, a league record of being hit by pitches. So we've seen him hit in the head by a 95-mile-an-hour pitch. That was against Chase Petty. And now he gets the ball probably not moving at that kind of velocity, but nonetheless, no shock to anybody. He's like a tree. Just did not move there. All right, so now runners at first and second for Ryan Spina. Pitch is up and out of the zone. You know, and now it's tough for any pitcher to continue to work when you're behind in counts.
Yeah, definitely would be. Obviously, you want to, again, pitch to contact, as Coach Ryder likes to always talk about, and I believe in it. Let these guys hit the baseball. Hit the baseball. Let's play some defense. Let's get out of here. You're not going to overpower them. It's a good hitting team. Let's let them make the mistakes.
All right, back to action for Spina.
Oh,
that ball didn't miss Spina by much.
First pitch didn't either. But Spina didn't move. Spina didn't move. He's almost like he didn't have to move because he wasn't on the plate, but still.
Yeah, a lot of these guys in the Spirit lineup, they like to be right up on the chalk inside part of the plate, and they don't budge. Not giving away anything. And Spina hammers it to Figueroa. Tries to get the play, but he's going to bobble it, and they're not going to get any, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's an E6, because it was at least a force out.
Yeah, I think that timer in his head was moving a little bit quicker than it needed to. And now that's going to load the bases for the starting pitcher, David Hageman.
Hageman took some healthy cuts last time up. He had an RBI, I think an RBI single to right?
Yep. Came up with the bases loaded.
Was that the hit when I was holding two fingers up to help you out and you decided to make fun of me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm making fun of you for anything. I don't need him to hit the ball.
Oh, it's a...
Oh, hot spot. Now they're going to get the force out. There goes 6-4, and they can't get the 3. So Petrash is going to score as that throw gets by over at first base. Good effort there by Verlingo. And Spartans now with one base runner after they do some base cleaning of their own. Another 2-run score, and that stretches that lead to 9. 9-0 here in the second inning. dives back into the bag.
So Solari and Petrash score on that last ball in play by Hageman. Oof.
Nice piece of pitching there as he tries to gather himself. And sometimes that can be just as effective. I mean, if you're moving the ball around the zone and making guys uncomfortable in the box, give yourself a little bit of room because, again, another Spartan batter right up on the inside part of the box is Tyler Armstrong, who popped up to third base in his last at-bat.
Armstrong just a little bit late on that last swing. He made a good cut. Just missed it.
Runner goes. Oh, I think they missed the. Must have been a sign going on there. Appeared to be a potential cut play, although maybe the ball just got away from Olszewski because there's no runner at the corner that you would have to cut that for, so maybe it just got away from him.
Yeah, and Anderson didn't realize what was going on. He wasn't even watching the play and almost got hit by that baseball on his leg.
All right, so courtesy runner for the pitcher in number 3 advances to second base, and that one is fouled out of play. Holy Spirit.
Courtesy runner is Gavin Mcnatt.
There is a look at Mcnatt. There's a 2-2 count now to Armstrong.
Nope.
And he tried to finesse that off-speed pitch into the zone, but that one didn't break. It potentially didn't bend. Now a full count.
Ooh, that just missed.
After that pitch, a full count.
Ryan, you got to teach Ryan baseball.
All right. Here goes the pitch, and that one misses. So Tyler Armstrong fights through a full count and fights his way to first base with a walk. Now first and second, 2 outs, and Trevor Smith with the RBI single in his last at-bat through the right side. Well, step in and visit from a member of the St. Mary's staff out to give some words of encouragement to Anderson.
That could be, is that Steve Nermain or is that?
That is the St. Mary's coach. Not
yeah, St. Mary's.
That's Holy
Oh,
Spirit.
opponent. I got the wrong one. My apologies for that.
It's all right, Al.
That's good. Hey, way to go, Al. Why don't you just get back in your truck and go home?
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. I need some of that brash water.
You might want to check your house for carbon monoxide when you get home. All right.
That thing was going off last night. Maybe that's what happened.
That's about right.
I didn't know what it was. I said, Deb, don't worry about it. Just stay asleep. Close the windows.
All right, Anderson goes back to work,
Oh.
and that ball is hit out to a fly ball right field, and that'll end the inning. So just what the doctor ordered as Kai Giro makes that squeeze. And St. Mary's looking to cut into this Spartan lead as they head to bat at the top of the third. You're watching the Thank You Classic on BFA Sports. All right, we are back for the top of the third. St. Mary's comes to battle again as David Hageman goes to work here in the third frame. And we're back to the leadoff spot where Christian Figueroa, Will Walentine, and Brandon Melendez will be the first three batters scheduled to face him. So Christian Figueroa struck out looking in his first at-bat. We'll dig in and try to get a spark here for St. Mary's Rutherford.
When Hageman's on, he's tough to hit. We've already seen that happen. We had 3 strikeouts in a row. He's got 4 altogether so far. That first pitch is a little bit inside.
And now he winds and fires. 2-0. As Figueroa trying to show some patience and get some base runners going here.
Yeah, Hageman will face Figueroa, Will Walentine, and Brandon Melendez this half inning.
Oh, I almost heard that before.
You did?
About 38 seconds ago.
Just trying to fill air.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, we don't want to ask you not to breathe the air the rest of us are breathing, but, you know, I mean, come on. What are we doing?
I'm sorry. I'll just sit here like a cigar store Indian. I'm allowed to say that wasn't anything general. You ever see one of them, cigar store Indian? They just sit there. Don't say a word.
Hageman fires yet again. Now 3-1 to Christian Figueroa. Oh, ball misses up, and Figueroa, he'll head to first base with a leadoff walk this inning.
You said Hageman's a commit, right? Or is he still
West
young?
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Good for him.
So the center fielder, Will Walentine, walked in his first at-bat. Oh, that was a nice hard pitch
Yes,
there by
it was.
Hageman. That's down in the zone.
Yeah, he needs to stay right with there. Stay right with that, just a little bit down. Muscle memory. He did not overthrow that pitch either.
No, and,
That was within his. Yep.
looks like it
within
was
his
a called strike. We'll take a look. Thought it might have been a little bit low. Wait for Jerry Wilgus to give us a count. One. All right, so Hageman back to work. Mystery pitch. Hammers that one foul down to first base side. As this ball gets returned back into play, probably get a update on the count.
Mm-hmm.
And
There it is, 1-2.
1-2.
1-2, not two.
Sorry,
Right.
Ryan didn't know how to get to Sesame Street either. All right.
You can make it.
Now
He
2-2.
He was afraid of Snuffleupagus.
I don't I mean, it is our 7th game here in the last 2 days, so I guess the crew could be a little woozy.
You feeling a little woozy, Ryan?
Lozy's over there.
Yeah, no, that's lousy.
No, that's lousy.
Yeah, that's not lousy. That's lousy.
All right, so Hageman checks the runner at first. He looks.
Oh, he's got him.
and
He's got him.
And there's the pickoff. I could have swore we saw a tag already, but why not put a second tag on?
Well, the first baseman, Trevor Smith, definitely didn't get him. He knew he didn't get him. He should have probably play acted like he did, but that's okay. As, again, a lousy call over at first base by Chris Lousy.
All right.
I mean, Lousy.
So Walentine continued to go to work, and it's now 3-1. So luckily for us, this is baseball. So we messed up the count 3 times in one at bat. All right, and there goes Valentine. I assure you that it's ball 4. As Brandon Melendez, he'll dig in with 1 out.
Some coffee. Coffee Jones.
And Hageman. He kicks and fires. Oh, nice
nice
breaking
break.
pitch.
Nice
In for a
pitch.
strike.
Counting his 0-1. He's on now. He's on point.
All right. Hageman fires, and that ball
Ooh.
peppered but shallow. Left fielder comes in. A nice play.
Solari.
Yeah, it was weird because Solari initially, I think, thought that ball was going to come back.
Yep.
He took his first step, and he comes back in. So the flag is now swirling. It was blown out directly to left field early on. But now
It's
seems
blowing
to be
to left field.
whipping. Yeah, it seems to be whipping back and forth. But on that play, that flag was blowing the other way. So say what you want.
I
Mr.
wish
One Job.
I wish our cameraman would be on the flag right now and say, "Yeah, it's blown to left field."
Yeah. When the ball was hit, see?
Oh, here we go.
Keep your eye on the flag there, Chief Bob Uecker. Does that taste great, or is that just less filling? I'm just asking for a friend. Hageman fires, pitches in for a strike. Now 1-2 to Sal Verlingo.
Did you say Verlingo popped out the third base last time up?
I did not.
Okay.
And he punches him out. So a unique way to end the frame, but the K that goes in the books as he looks to the dugout. Hageman gets some high fives, and we are going to get ready to go for St. Mary's. Taking the field. See if we still have the same pitcher, but Holy Spirit trying to add to their 9-0 lead here at Walt Nicgorski. All right, and we head to the bottom of the third, and the Holy Spirit Spartans ready to go yet again. Looking at the Spartan lineup of Egri, Schertel, Cohen, Solari, Petrash, Spina, Hegeman, Armstrong, and Smith. And most importantly, a guy that's been very busy today, the bat boy, number 37, A.J. Normain. And that would be because the Spartans, just in 2 frames, have gone up 9-0, Al Fisher.
Spartans are keeping the pressure on St. Mary's, obviously hitting very timely, hitting the ball hard, too. I mean, they've got a lot of extra base hits so far in this baseball game. And new pitcher on the mound, if I may do so, is Christian Bautista for St. Mary's.
All right, and the first batter he will face is the leadoff hitter, C.J. Egri. Bautista's first pitch misses down. You know, it's funny, I was looking for Stephen Petrash Sr. And that ball misses in the dirt now, 2-0. And he's actually got a front row seat behind the BFA Sports side. So if you're in need for some party rental equipment, tents, bouncy houses, tables, chairs, you name it, reach out to Petrash's Big Top. Big-time supporter of Holy Spirit Athletics and Holy Spirit High School as a whole.
Can Amy rent me something for like a shirt since he's got tents?
I don't know, but it's 3-0. Make that a leadoff walk in the inning for Egri. And the Spartans have been on base for so long this afternoon. I'm surprised they didn't run a 10 of their own from Petrash's Big Top to keep them shaded, because they haven't spent much time in the dugout when they've been on offense, that's for sure. There's a look at Jaden Schertel as Bautista fires yet again.
He was in no man's land again. I used that line because he was well off a second. I'm surprised the catcher Azuski did not throw down the first base, because he was well off the bag.
Yeah, you're gonna see the Spartans try to stay aggressive here, especially because it's still so early in the game. I mean, we've seen it too many times where an inning goes the other way, and the next thing you know, momentum shifts quite quickly.
Saw Coaches versus Cancer with Bridgeton. Right, yeah. There goes the runner. Oh,
and that ball is driven left center field, so Schertel goes the other way, and Egri heads up base running, takes the open bag.
That guy's ridiculous.
Yeah, he had a great first read.
Great first read, great speed. He just creates havoc on the base paths. It makes it difficult for the defense to be able to play the game straight up, if you will.
And there is the busy bat boy, A.J. Normain.
Nice piece of hitting for Schertel going the opposite way.
And after Schertel, they'll bring up the next lefty, and that's Trevor Cohen, center fielder.
Cohen walked in the first inning and scored and popped out to, or flew out to center field his last time up. Should I try the Larry Anderson voice a little bit more?
I think it needs some work. And it looks like the catcher, Olszewski, might have been a bit banged up on the play. He's going to maybe take a quick look at his hand. I think that one caught him.
Yeah, they're looking pretty intently, actually. Oh, boy. I don't know if that's good.
Well, I think if any time that you have a situation that you might have a cut, that's a scenario. But it looks like they were already quasi-prepared. So give credit to the backup catcher, as he was already dressed and ready to go. So perhaps it was something they looked at as this frame started, or coach was made aware of, or perhaps catcher just had those leg guards ready on. And
that looks like a single digit. It's either Kyle Watson, or could it be David Anderson?
No, David Anderson was a pitcher.
Yeah, but can he come in and catch? He didn't pitch that much. No? We can have this conversation. This is what makes it real. This is part of our...
Yeah, so it's a straight substitution. So remember, Anderson came in the game as a substitute, so he cannot re-enter.
Then it's got to be Kyle Watson, because it looks like a single digit.
All right, so we got one ball on the count as make the switch with the catchers, and we will double check. As that's Shurtell over at first base. Cohen chops one to short. Going to be cut off by Kaminski across the first, not in time. And the break's just not going St. Mary's way.
Yeah, tough one for third baseman Kyle Kaminski to make that play. It was a chopper, but Shurtell getting down the line. I'm sorry, Trevor Cohen getting down the line very well.
But wasn't enough to hold Shurtell from advancing to third. So now runners at first and second. It'll be Shane Solari. Bautista fires again. High in the zone, but a called strike. Solari doubled his last at bat, walked in the first, and 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch. That ball misses in the dirt. Good block by the catch to keep in front, but not going to be in time, and that ball is going to get all the way out into left field and going to allow the fleet-footed Jaden Shurtell to cross the plate. And the Spartans continuing to add to this lead. So Egri and Shurtell cross so far in this frame, making it an 11-0 Holy Spirit lead. Now Solari still at the plate, 1-1. The runner at second. Bautista fires, misses inside, and that's going to allow Trevor Cohen to advance to third.
Yeah, this is getting tough on the St. Mary's squad. Obviously now 11-0, and we're in the bottom of the third inning, and still nobody out.
And Bautista fires. That ball misses in and maybe clips Solari, and umpire Jerry Wilgus awards him the base.
Yeah, definitely a hit by pitch based on the count and him moving down to first base.
Runners at the corners. And Stephen Petrash, who was hit by a pitch himself in his last at-bat. Dig in. Ball misses. Good stop there by the catcher.
Petrash had a walk and an RBI his first time up, and then he was hit by a pitch last time.
That ball is lifted out to right center field. Going back is Giro. It's going to go off the wall, and they're going to get the ball in, but not before another run crosses the plate. And Wallentine did his best to get that ball in quickly. He and Giro out of real estate, and Stephen Petrash with the stand-up double, and another run for Holy Spirit.
Ball was hit hard by Petrash. He crushed that off the right center field wall, or fence, I should say.
So he plates Cohen, now pushes Solari to third, and Spina steps in. And Al, I would anticipate that you're going to be busy here in this next frame, as Steve Normain probably going to take advantage of an opportunity to go to his Holy Spirit bench.
I have to do it? I'm going to be busy, huh? I don't know. It's still a bit early, though. The bottom of the third inning. I don't know.
Good stop there by the catcher.
Thing is, though, there's still nobody out. I could see a couple more runs coming across the board, across the plate. Then I could probably agree with you.
Well, there's nothing in this lineup that slows anything down. So, you know, a guy like Spina, he can clear the bases in his own right in a hurry. You know, I look at he and Petrash back to back In most lineups, you could probably see those guys as a 2-3, 3-4 combo. But this Holy Spirit squad is deep.
Oh.
And
that would be a balk.
Balk, all right.
As Mr. Balk's Chris Losey.
And
makes
that's
the
going
call.
to play it another run. And this time in Solari. And it's going to have Petrash advance to third.
Spina was asking a home player, can I go to first base?
So it's a balk, so it doesn't count as a pitch. So now it's 3-0 to Spina. That ball misses, and Spina heads to first. So this is the pitcher spot coming up, which would be David Hageman, but that's not going to be the case. And the Spartans making a substitution.
Yes, Vince Spina. Number 13 steps to the plate. Heading for David Hageman.
Making the adjustment there.
Question for you. Can Spina come in and hit for Hageman, but Hageman stays out? No, he cannot.
Nah, pitcher can't come back into the ball game once he's removed in high school.
Gotcha.
And that ball gets away. And Spina going to advance to second base. So now Spartans at second and third. It's Petrash at the corner. Spina at second. And the other Spina with a bat in his hand.
The brother Spina.
It's not. They're not brothers.
They're not brothers?
No.
Are they like BFA?
I would say so.
There's
And
a
that
shot.
ball is hit to deep left center field. Going back to the wall is Wallentin, and that ball is out of here.
How about that?
A pinch hit home run for Vince Spina.
Wow.
So touch them all.
To your point, you talked about this bench being deep, this team being deep, and it proved it right there. Pinch hit with a 2-run blast, correct? 2-run blast variety? No, by 3.
That was a 3-run
Wow.
shot, and lots to smile about for Vince Spina coming up in that spot. He had a no-doubter. So the Spartans now up 16-0. So if you're St. Mary's, you realize that you're in a tough spot from a schedule standpoint. You know you're down a bunch of players, and so now you're just trying to limit the damage here. And that's another pinch hitter here for Holy Spirit. This one is Gavin Gillespie. So Gavin Gillespie, number 14. Used to seeing him on the Spartan hardwood. Standout basketball player. Doing his two-sport athlete move.
Still no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. No base runners.
And I know this goes on the Wayback Machine, but Gavin Gillespie and my youngest son Drew, classmates back at St. Isidore's in Vineland. Yeah,
Really?
way back in preschool.
Gillespie from Vineland? Because he went to
Karen,
St.
no, I don't.
Oh, St.
Mrs.
Isidore.
Gillespie teaches in Vineland.
Gotcha. Wait, Drew went to St. Isidore's?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Called strike, and a 3-1 count to Gillespie. And if you're the Spartan hitters, got to be aware the strike zone is about to get a little big. And Gillespie hammers one, hot corner to third. Kaminski going to wear that one. So Gillespie absolutely hammered that one. Tough one to see, but I'm going to say Kaminski appears to be okay as they check him out as he took a bounce off of the heel of his palm. And I think it came up and gave him a little chin music. But give credit where credit is due. Gillespie with the rocket to the hot corner, and that's going to be a base knock.
And they call it the hot corner for very good reason. That was it right there. That was a shot off the bat of Gillespie.
So keep the Spartan offensive display going here in the bottom of the third. And it still is Trevor Smith here. Bautista misses first pitch in. And there is Gillespie over at first.
I don't think he's going anywhere. 16-0 lead, to be honest with you.
Chances are probably slim, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
And Batista's throwing over there, but, you know, he's got to because he's got his mind on the runner at first base. But I really don't see that happening at this point.
And we do have some action in the Holy Spirit bullpen. Number 10's warming up.
Number 10 would be Jimmy Katakis. Or
And
Katakis.
called strike now, 1-1 to Trevor Smith. And another called strike, and you can tell by Smith's reaction, he's going to probably be a bit aggressive in defending this outside corner right now. Winds and fires. That pitch is up.
Tisha looks like a kind of kid, if you work with him a little bit, he's got the physique. I mean, you can tell he's not out there just going through the motions. You work with him a little bit, he could definitely maybe have a little.
Well, a lot of what these guys are getting right now is experience, right? So we talked about some of the challenges they had, some of the illness that rolled through the team, and many of these guys haven't had an opportunity yet to play beyond JV. And so to put Bautista out there against this Holy Spirit lineup, it's going to pay dividends down the line because he's going to feel a bit more confident when it comes to going against some of these other lineups that have deep talent. So Trevor Smith earns his pass down to first base, another walk. And now we'll go back to the top of the Spartan lineup. And not before another visit to the mound, so coach may be, again, trying to manage his way through from a scheduling standpoint, and you can't fault him. The one thing that's happened where COVID compressed the size and the length of this season is that a lot of these teams are forced to play 4 or 5 games sometimes. So, you know, from a pitching standpoint, every once in a while, got to lick your wounds and reset, and that feels kind of what coach is doing right here.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a coach at the high school level right now dealing with this because it's definitely a challenge to try to manage this pitching staff. But, you know, it is what it is now. Hopefully we get through this. If we got a new pitcher on the mound, it looks like it's number.
And some of the position players get an opportunity to live out their dream, and it looks like Walentine about to.
That's one of those, you know, because you get the outfielder coming in, it's like more like 3 a.m. type of game. Oh, boy. I'm trying to remember the player from if they brought in from the Phillies. It was 3 a.m. I'm trying to remember. Who was it now? You would remember that. That stuff doesn't stick with me for some reason. But anyway.
Yeah, why don't we give Walentine an opportunity to throw some warm-up pitches here on BFA Sports. It's the Spartans out 16-0. We'll be right back.
How many space?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I think we're back. I think we're back and live as a new pitcher on the mound for St. Mary's. We did say his name is Will Wallentine coming in from center field. And it looks like there's going to be it's going to be a pinch hitter, I should say.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup, Ethan Corsi going to step in. Corsi usually plays first base for the Spartans, and a couple of adjustments to Coach Normain's lineup at the start of this one, and so now Corsi gets a chance to grab an at-bat at Walt Nicgorski Field. Looks like umpire Jerry Wilgus and first base umpire Chris Losey having a brief convo. Need to make sure everyone's on the same page and the lineups are correct, since there were so many changes. And it's Corsi gonna face Will Valentine.
Or Wallentine.
Okay. No arguments here. So here's Wallentine's first pitch, and he floats it in for a strike. And his game plan is simple. It's going to be flood the zone with as many strikes as you can and have him hit the ball. And Corsi hacks that one, pops up in the foul territory. Wallentine going to make the grab. And did he hold on to it?
He did not. I
Well,
didn't see an umpire calling out.
we lost the ball there on the one of the very few dead parts.
Yeah, we followed it all the way in. That's tough.
Yeah, Corsi.
Of course, he knew life.
Well, it's not every day that you have a center fielder playing pitcher, so he and the catcher Watson didn't look like they might have been on the same page, so that ball ends up popping out of the glove. You can see Gavin Gillespie out there at second base. Nobody's still out here. Oh,
Wow.
and he punches out Corsi. That ball floated a top part of the zone and then down. And kind of another batter coming in for the Spartans, number 3. And that is Gavin Mcnatt. McNatt. And they're double checking how many outs there are, but still believe there's only one out. As Wallentine, he winds, fires, and that pitch is up and out of the zone. And Wallentine, the veteran pitcher, is either asking for time or a clean baseball. Kind of thought it was just for a new ball. All right, so
I think you might have just asked the catcher where the closest 5 guys is.
you would know. They should probably ask you. I thought he was giving on the sign for the ephus.
Well, that last the pitch a couple
What he said?
before
What,
was like the ephus.
so what's number 2? 1's the fastball, and 2, it's also the fastball. When you're the center fielder, you just lean back and throw. And that ball is golfed into deep right center field, going back and to the wall is number 13. And Gavin Gillespie going to score standing up. And the Spartan runners are going to advance. I don't know who that center fielder is right now, but he looked to be shaken up as his hand might have got hit up on the fence.
I tried to get a number on it earlier. I do not know.
So Gillespie comes home after starting this off with that rocket to third base. And now he eventually scores. And it's 17-0. It's something we usually see in the fall on the scoreboard for the Spartans, but they have put up some serious yardage.
It's still early in the first half, so they have a chance to maybe chip away at this.
And I believe, Al, we have another Spartan pinch hitter. It's time number 9.
Number 9 is Nick Reimus.
So Nick Reimus, pride of the New Jersey baseball travel program, takes that pitch in for a ball. somewhere Coach Mike LaHood cheering him on, I'm sure. And taking a look around Walt Nicgorski Field, the Spartans with one out have runners at second and third. That's Trevor Smith down at third base. That pitch is in for a called strike. And Reimus in agreement with the call. 1-1. And he hacks it to the first base side.
Tough one. Yeah, nice job.
And Valentine doing a nice job. The PFP fielding his position as that was scooped up by number 8.
Give credit to Valentine for covering that base like he did. He must pitch at other times because he got off that mound quickly, covered nicely at first base, and got the force out.
Yeah, well, listen, center fielder, he's going to be one of the more athletic kids on the team, and he made that one look a bit routine. Now coming to the plate is number 19, and that is Samson Gerner.
That's an interesting little pitch that Valentine has, that breaking ball.
It's got some movement to it.
Yep. Hangs up there.
There is Gerner. I imagine he's going to come in and replace Tyler Gross behind the plate.
Is he throwing a knuckleball? He's throwing a knuckleball.
He
is throwing a knuckleball.
Swing and miss stuff.
I just watched his grip, and I'm sorry, Doug, but I watched this last one because I'm watching the way the ball's moving. I'm like, come on. That last pitch was definitely a knuckleball.
2 strikes and 2 outs. Here's Gerner.
Mm-hmm.
He fouls it straight back. Ball has some good movement on it. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nobody's going to move around. And it is a 1-2 count.
Heavy dose of junk coming from Will Valentine, but you know what? Effective junk, nonetheless. Definitely throws this team off balance as they're being challenged to try to hit the ball hard somewhere.
And he wides and fires.
Oh, just missed.
So good battle ongoing here against Valentine and Gerner. And the good news is our headsets and microphones are working well still. Oh, floats that pitch up there. Not going to get it to hit. And Gerner going to earn his way down to first base.
And do we have another? It looks like we have another pinch hitter, I believe. We do. Number 33. Donovan Patton has not been in this baseball game yet. So Donovan Patton now stepping to the plate. Oh. Close play at first base.
That pitch misses for a ball.
Valentine checks the runner, not that he really needs to. And here's the pitch. High for a ball. It's now 2-0. To Donovan Patton. Coach Normain going into his bench, and as this game is, big swing. I think Patton wanted a home run of his own.
Well, you can't fault him. I mean, that's what you call PO power. So not often that they're going to have, look at him, he's smiling ear to ear. Pitchers usually don't get an opportunity to get in the lineup and not have any reservations.
Finding a hole, a base hit the right field. Another run will score, and it's now 19-0. As Patton, you said he's a PO?
He is a PO.
Not today.
You got to love the enthusiasm for Holy Spirit. You can see Patton like, that's right. That's right. Probably has the highest batting average on the team now with that swing.
He's probably bragging about it, too.
Well, the whole Spartan dugout erupted. So
Yeah,
sometimes, you get into this situation, it can be a little tough to, maintain focus.
And I'm sure the St. Mary's team knows that they're not, they had to have a feeling that he's a PO. Number 34, Anthony Solari now at the plate. Oh, there's a shot to deep
charge into one.
And that ball is going to one-hop to the fence.
Oh, Lord.
First pitch double.
Another PO.
What is going on?
Wowzers. Anthony Solari, what a great story for the Spartans. This kid is all jacked up.
Well, he is. Look at him.
He pitched
Look, he don't know what to do with himself.
He pitched in the Autism Awareness Challenge, and he, in fact, member of the Spartan team, is a guy that actually pitches and is autistic. So it's kind of crazy,
awesome.
Man.
That is, boy, he put a jolt into that one. That was a one-hopper to the fence.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic addition to that Holy Spirit Spartan program. Now, coming into bat is the home run hitting Vince Spina. Pinch hit home run in his last piece of yard work.
Wait a minute, did he do that this inning? He did it this inning. He did it this inning.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, he did it. Vince Spina hit a home run this half inning. Holy Spirit, this deep. They got to be a scary baseball team. I think, there's a shot to deep left field. That ball's got a chance, and it's a one-hopper to the fence. Spina showing the power as he knocks in, I believe, two Spartans.
Yeah, Patton and Solari both scored on that one.
Wow. Spina hit a home run his first time up, pinch hitting, and just hit a one-hopper to the fence in left field for a two RBI double. Wow. This game is...
And I believe the Spartans have asked for the ball that was in play for Anthony Solari.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Good stuff.
And so Gavin Gillespie, he also had a hit rocket at the beginning of this inning. He takes the first pitch offering. There's a look at Gillespie. The Spartan senior. That ball in the dirt.
Another shot to left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder. Another run will score.
There
That's
goes
Spina.
Spina. And there is Gavin Gillespie rolling in for a double. So a single and a double. Another RBI for the senior. And the standout basketball player. Putting a number on the board for the Spartans that any basketball player would enjoy. Tribute there to Jordan and LeBron at 23-0. All right, and I think we might have another substitution as number one.
Number one is Mike Nicgorski.
So the Goose is loose. He gets in that bat here at Walt Nicgorski in the Thank You Classic. Just tuning in, Spartans hit the ball pretty good today.
They sure did, and I'm sure Nicgorski is not up there to take a walk. He's probably going to be hacking away. He probably doesn't see a ton of at-bats.
Well, you know what? Now it's kind of a different kind of pressure because now you look around and you got a bunch of teammates getting opportunities, swinging the bat, guys getting base hits, some of them maybe their first base knock of the season. And so now you get a guy like Nicgorski, and he might be feeling a little pressure.
Well, pressure, a little frisky, ready to get after it.
And he pops one up. That one's going to go to the shortstop, and that's Figueroa.
So that will end the inning. And not before Holy Spirit Spartans put, I believe it was 14 or 16 on the board in the third inning. We'll go to a break and be back on the top of the fourth here on BFA Sports. We move to the top of the fourth inning. New pitcher on the mound for Holy Spirit. And that's number 10, Jimmy Kotakis. Hopefully I said his name right. I think I'm pretty darn close.
Yeah, we'll roll with that.
As he's got a pretty healthy lead he's working with, 23-0 right now. So we move to the, as he said, the top of the fourth inning. And I believe Adam Rodan will be the first one to face Kotakis. Popped out to second base his first time out. Kotakis looks like he's got some stuff as he's warming up here, and usually they don't show everything, but he looks good. I have a feeling he's young. Probably something like a sophomore.
Well, you have to. These are prime opportunities for Coach Steve Normain. I mean, you know, you kind of, as much as you're focused on the present, you also have to have eyes on the future. And so, in this opportunity, bring in a youngster. Why not?
Sure. Why not? And look at the support. Look at the support on the mound. Love it. Good stuff. A lot of encouragement. He's smiling.
All right, so Anthony Solari now on defense at third for the Spartans. Stephen Petrash still at short. Looks like Gavin Gillespie is over at first base, and Trevor Smith slides into second.
And Kotakis a little anxious, throws that one in the dirt for a ball.
I believe Samson Gerner I saw out there in left field.
You know this team a little bit, don't you? I wonder why.
Well, proud graduate of Holy Spirit, 1994.
94. God, you're old.
It's true. I feel old. Working with you, I've aged almost like 3 years to one.
Gee, thanks.
So by this time, I'll, you know. to think about reverse mortgages and, a lot of insured drinks instead of beer.
A little Metamucil, too. Throw that in there?
Yeah, why not?
That's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I've aged about probably 20 years. Happy 75th birthday, Al Fisher. Oh, nice pitch by Katakis. On the inside corner for a strike call. A little early yet in this baseball game for him in this inning. But it looks like he's got some good stuff. Unfortunately, that one got away from him. And it could be nerves because his warm-up tosses looked great.
Oh, he was out there. He had a long time to warm up, so that was kind of a unique scenario, too. He was getting loose in the last inning, and Spartan bats came red hot. Kaminski digs in.
I like the way he pounds that inside zone. Okay. That wasn't out of control. That was meant to be in that area, just a little bit inside. Pitches in the dirt. It's now, I believe, 2-0 actually. To Kyle Kaminski, as you said, walked his first time up. It seems like forever and a day since Kaminski was up, and he's only in the 4th inning. He's only to have one at bat. And Kaminski walks, so first 2 base runners here in the top of the 4th inning, leading with no outs.
And they continue to go to work, St. Mary's.
These are Lululemons.
Nice pitch.
Yeah.
Al,
Yeah.
they can actually hear you on the air right
I
now.
know. I'm just telling. Come on, that's part of our thing, man.
Well, nobody can
We're
see
the-
you, so they have no idea what you're referring to. You're just talking about
We're the-
Lululemons out of nowhere.
All right. Oh, nice pitch by Katak as he gets on fastball in the inside corner for a strike call. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing this young man get in a groove because from what I could see during his warm-up tosses, he definitely has it together. And the 0-1 pitch. Oh, good breaking ball. Just broke a little too soon. That was in the dirt for a ball. It's now 1-1. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Kai Giro steps to the plate with a 1-1 count. That ball is lifted to left field in the gap and over to left fielder's head. Going all the way to the fence. It looks like a run will score in Roldan. As Kaminski moves up to third. And Kai Giro puts a charge into that one.
A little bit of life shown here from St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's putting their first run across the board. This is now a 23-1 ball game. That'll bring up number 27. That's the pitcher, Batista, hitting for himself. Christian Batista. This young man's got a physique on him. Looks like he should be a football player. First pitch is a breaking ball over for a strike call. Ooh, nice breaking ball by Katakis. It's a count now 0-2 to Batista. He starts to settle in and get into a groove with his pitching motion as he steps off and doesn't like how he was kind of feeling there, getting back into the groove, shaking off the catcher, and now finds one he likes. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, nice breaking ball. Struck him out. Skatakis starts to show what we saw in warm-ups. He gets Batista looking. And for the first out, that'll bring up, should be Cesar Perez. I believe it is. Actually, it's number 12. Or is that 15? Someone help me out there. Oh, 18. So number 18 is Cesar Perez. I do apologize. Just could not see his number to confirm. The pitch for Katakis. Oh, nice breaking ball in the outside corner as Katakis is now feeling his groove. He's pitched himself a nice half inning, even though he gave up a big hit a couple batters ago. It's good to see the young man getting into a groove here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hangs out there outside for a ball. It's now 1-2. Runners at second and third with one out. A run across the board for St. Mary's. Now 0-2 pitch is actually 1-2 pitch is high for a ball. It should be now 2-2, I believe. Hard ground ball to third. Picked up there by Solari. Stays with it and throws across the diamond and gets him. Nice job by Solari gobbling that one up as he was playing in tight. Gets a congratulations from his playing partner at short. I believe that was Stephen Petrash giving a congratulatory glove pump. It's Anthony Solari holding it down there at third base, making a nice play. And with two outs, that will bring up number 20. Pitch is high for a ball. Number 20 is Adam Lopez for St. Mary's. Now hitting for, I believe, Christian Figueroa. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. It's now 2-0. We have two outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Holy Spirit holding a 23-1 lead. They've brought the lumber, so to speak, even though they're not swinging actual wood. A couple of home runs in this baseball game. This ball's finding a gap. One hopper's a defense. That pitch is high and away for a ball. It's now 3-0. The 3-0 pitch, fastball, on the inside corner for a strike call. It's now 3-1. Katakis gets his sign, winds, and a 3-1 pitch. Nice pitch. Good breaking ball at 3-1. It's now 3-2. And 3-2 pitch. Oh, he goes, but umpire does say he swings. And they throw down to first on the drop third strike, and that will end the inning. So we'll move to the bottom of the fourth with your score, Holy Spirit 23, St. Mary's 1 here on BFA Sports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we just find out that this game has been either conceded. I think we're a little early on the I think the players have to play 5 innings, but that was 4. So this game is now over. We'll move to the next game as 23-1, the Spartans win.
Yeah, lots to be thankful for here at the Thank You Classic. Certainly the Spartans' opportunity to get some of their bench players in. Guys haven't had a whole lot of at-bats so far, so there's a big value in that. Some experience for the younger guys. Some memories certainly to be made, but hats off to St. Mary's as they were battling some COVID issues, quite candidly.
Yeah, hats off to both teams. I mean, great stories here with Anthony Solari, and that he made a great play at third base, by the way, besides that bomb he hit in the gap. So great job by him, and
he's been quite the contributor. I mean, this season, give the kid where credit is due. Yeah. He earns his keep, has the respect of his teammates, and that's a big story. It continues in the making. This game is one that builds character on and off the field, and he is certainly a guy that is a symbol for that and then some. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been great. We did 7 games here. Proud to volunteer our services and support those frontline workers and honor those first responders over the last couple of days. We appreciate all of you tuning in. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page, and we're going to see everybody pretty soon.
Yep, we have Haddonfield and I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I do apologize.
All right, so we will be in Millville for Millville versus St. Augustine Prep, the next game on our calendar, and that's coming up tomorrow. But for now, this one's a wrap. So it's time to giddy up, fill up the trailer, and get reset for tomorrow, as Monday is already upon us. So for BFA Sports and This Week in Baseball South Jersey, I'm Doug Stasic.
I'm Al Fisher.
Can't wait to see you play ball.